That's 100.
Every time I have doubts, because we do have the human default program kicks in and you start to doubt stuff. You know, Shoemaster puts on a video, 2 days later I see a video and he actually clarifies, it hits the nail right in the head. And I'm a skeptic, don't tell no one. Don't tell no one, yeah? Anybody watching? I'm a proper skeptic, man. Do you know what I mean? And the experiences that I have had, no one can take it away from me. It's just real. It's too real for me to just walk on and leave it behind. You know what I mean?
From a friend, he showed me ancestor money. So he's like, I have one for you. So I came over to his house and I lit it. And then I felt all these hands over me, like with all my ancestors, and I had never felt something that intense. And I was like, who gave you this? Where did you get this? And so I looked him up and I saw that he had a lot of different events, and this was the closest one to me since I'm from Arizona. And so I decided to drive in the car and come down and learn something new.
So, when I reached out to him about the Atlanta event, he came to me, woke me up out my sleep, and had this little puppet thing over my head, and snatched the energy out of my body. And second day he came, he was like, I want to let you know, I woke you up to let you know it wasn't a dream. And he did that, and that's when I knew it was like, okay, it's serious, it's real. And that's how I came about. That's what got me. It was like, I have to come to this event in LA.
First experience with Galighticus was actually in Egypt. It was ironic how the trip happened because my son kind of went missing, disappeared. And we're looking around like, where's this kid at? Going through all kind of stuff because he just left town. We had no idea where he went. I'm like, dude, where you been? We've been looking for you all weekend. Turns out he was at a Galighticus seminar. So we started talking and going through certain things, and he felt like, Dad's not going to get it. A couple months later, we end up in Egypt, in Africa. Greatest experience in the world I've had thus far from a spiritual perspective. I ended up there the following year with my wife, thinking, no way I'll top this trip, and it was just as phenomenal, just as dynamic. Shortly after that trip, I became a student.
My name is Blaze, and I traveled from Murrieta by way of the San Fernando Valley in the Puerto Ranch area. And I'm here because I had to have the full Galactus experience. I heard about Sri Master Gano in New York at a 2020 Ascension conference about 2 weeks ago. And his presentation was cut short. So he was unable to go into videos and slides that he wanted to show everyone. And from that point on, I just had to do some research on him, and I Googled him and I found some videos on YouTube. And the information that he shares is just so powerful, I had to experience it for myself.
My name is William Diaz. I'm from Woodland Hills, California. I've been here in this state for 20 years. And I decided to come to this seminar today because of my daughter. She introduced me to this. I thought it was a good idea. I wanted to find out what it was about. And when I got here, I was surprised because of the people that were here. And so many of these people have experiences that I couldn't imagine a person having.
My first experience last year, when he came here in January of 2018, I got my attunements for the first time on my Reikis, and the first time I've done that, one of the Reikis, crystalline Reiki, my divine mother presented herself to me, which was amazing and new and different. And the other experience I had last May, my father almost died actually. He was rushed to the ER and he was in intensive care. No one knew what was going on other than myself. I immediately went to the hospital and I had two options of either being emotional or spiritual and act on what was at hand. I knew that it was a test, and I'm so grateful that I followed the instructions that Master Gano has given us. My intuition kicked in and I began to send my father the Reiki. The nurses was trying to kick me out. My sister was trying to kick me, and they didn't overstand what my mission, what my purpose was. And I did not allow anybody to stop me. I just continued until I succeeded in my mission, and I was. It took about 2 weeks for them to take my father out of intensive care, but he became so receptive with everything, all the energies that I sent to him. And what I did before I continued, I left for a moment, went on Facebook, and called upon all the Galacticans and asked them to send Kundalini Reiki healing for my father, and they did within an hour, no lie. Within an hour, when I came back, my dad was conscious. He was alert. He was trying to talk to me, regardless of him having, little stuff in his mouth. But I'm just so grateful for Galighticus. I love Sri Master Gano Grills. I love everyone. And my additional experience today, for the first time I got my cords cut. I was anticipating greatness. I was anticipating to be free. And I discovered and found out that the reason why I was having back pains, it wasn't because of the incidents or accidents I was in previously. When I revealed to Master Gano what occurred, I was basically healed from back pains by getting my cords cut. No lie, I used to have chronic back pains from different situations I was in. And when I revealed that to him, he told me it wasn't because of the accidents, it was because of your past lifetimes. And I was just amazed about that. So I recommend anyone who's listening to my voice, don't procrastinate. This is the real deal. This is no fake, no gimmick. He's the real deal, and I just love this family.
Galighticus has really given me an opportunity to look beyond anything that I've been taught in regards to spirituality, religion, life in general. It's just helped me to see that there is just more than we could ever imagine. And in regards to today's seminar, I really gathered that there is even more than I can imagine. Sri Master gave over 40 sequences of power, and yet he has more. And we've been here for over 12 hours, and everyone is still hungry for whatever else he has to offer.
I'm Amanda Evans, and I'm from Dallas, Texas. Like everyone else who joined the studentship program, I started seeing the numbers on a regular basis. They were following me over a period of years, probably 3 or 5 years, and it got to the point where I started to get concerned that it was possible there was something that I was missing, something that I was supposed to be doing that I just couldn't remember. I started searching, trying to find an answer, and I ran across Sri Master Gano Grills, and his answer was confirmation on what I had been thinking, and I knew it was meant to be, that we were supposed to be on this path together, and that he was supposed to be my teacher. You learn numerous things on the journey, as well as how to interface with your recordings, different rituals to interface with divine beings. It's a countless wealth of information that you can't quantify in money. He's funny, he adds humor, but he also gives you information you're not going to find anywhere else. It's information outside of any religious system that I've ever heard, and it just opens your consciousness and takes you higher.
My name is Patricia Hall. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. I've been knowing about Galighticus for about 4 years now, but it's the best thing that ever happened to me. And at the time when I found Sri Master Gano Grills, I was at my lowest of my lows. All kinds of things had happened to me. I lost my sister, I lost my father, I lost my home, I lost my son, who is currently incarcerated. I was at the lowest of my lows, and he's been like a godsend for me and this movement. So I'm very grateful to Sri Master and Galighticus for taking me from what could have been very destructive life into what I plan to become, a divine being.
I'm from Los Angeles. I've been involved with the Galighticus program for, I think, January, since just this year. So I'm new. I've experienced a whole lot of confirmation, a lot of opening, a lot of understanding, deeper.
Galighticus has been the most powerful system that I've ever utilized. Sri Master doesn't hold your hand all the way, or he's not like a priest or pastor or preach reading from a sermon and you have to believe his words. He gives you practical tools to assist you in your growth, and whether you utilize the tools or not, that's up to you. But I can say all the tools that I've utilized have helped me to grow as a man in this life, as well as interface with divine energies and beings.
Hi, my name is Lynn Sharp, and I'm from Virginia. Sri Master I like his style of
And the Galighticus was the first thing to pop up on my YouTube. As soon as I seen that, I remember Sri Master Yanu from Oz and from Into Deep, from all his movies, and I'm just like, wow, you know. I remembered him just as a great actor, and so when I heard him speaking really deeply spiritually, I'm just like, I have to meet him. But one of the rituals I did perform was to find out who my divine parent was, and so as I had went to bed after performing the ritual, but during this dream I heard the name Sekhmet 3 times whisper as I'm very conscious and aware within this dream, and I'm just like, this is very interesting.
Hi, my name is Juanita Brown. I'm originally from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, but I currently live in Maryland. I traveled to California, to the Codex, and some lessons that I have learned over the time that I've been with Galighticus is to follow your intuition. I've always been told that I have a light that shines off of me, and I was unsure what that meant. However, coming to the seminar and being a part of the Galighticus family, I think I found my calling.
That's